Here's how you can carry out an acid-base titration with a given standardized base solution to determine the unknown concentration of an acid. First, we obtain two burettes. One will be for an acid and the other will be for a base. Clean out the base burette with the given base solution that will be used in the titration, and the acid with the acid solution that will be used in the titration. Fill the first burette to a point above the 0 milliliters calibration point with an acid of the unknown concentration. Then release some of the acid from the burette to remove any air bubbles and to lower the volume to the calibrated portion of the burette. Record the volume of the acid in the burette to the nearest 0.01 milliliters as the initial volume. Remember to read the volume at the bottom of the meniscus. Allow approximately the volume of acid that was determined by your teacher or lab procedure to flow into the clean Erlenmeyer flask. Subtract the initial volume reading on the burette from the final reading. This is the exact volume of the acid released into the flask. Record it to the nearest 0.01 milliliters. Add 3 drops of the appropriate indicator to the flask. In this case, we will be using phenolphthalein. Fill the other burette with the standard base solution to a point above the calibration mark. Because this is a standard base solution, we know to a certain degree of precision the concentration of this standard base because it was previously titrated with an exact mass of a solid acid, which is the primary standard. Release some of the base from the burette to remove any air bubbles and to lower the volume to the calibrated portion of the burette. Record the volume of the base to the nearest 0.01 milliliters as the initial volume. Remember to read the volume at the bottom of the meniscus. Replace the Erlenmeyer flask under the burette as shown. Notice that the tip of the burette extends into the mouth of the flask. Slowly release base from the burette into the flask while constantly swirling the contents of the flask. The pink color of the indicator should fade with the swirling as shown. The titration is nearing the end point when the pink color stays for longer periods of time. At this point, add base drop by drop. The equivalence point is reached when a very light pink color remains for after 30 seconds of swirling. Subtract the initial volume on the burette from the final reading. This is the exact volume of the base released into the flask, recorded to the nearest 0.01 milliliter.